Well, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. When you are watching this, hello. I'm Catherine Oster, and I am a certified facilitator with Access Consciousness, and this is Coffee Chat. Got my coffee, we're chatting. And actually, Coffee Chat is just a quick little video every week where I go live on my Facebook page and talk about life and how I create, change, and choose things using these amazing tools of Access Consciousness. Hello, you guys! Who's live with me? I wonder if I'll be able to see comments. Facebook can be so funny sometimes. Very interesting. Anyway, I see I have some live people. I have no idea who you are. Thank you so much for joining me. And I would say if you have any questions, type them in the comments. Actually, if you have any questions, type them in the comments. Oh, I can see comments. Annalise, hi lady. Yay. Okay. Lori, good morning. It's been a while. I've missed you. Did your mom find her dog? We haven't seen her. I hope so. I hope she's okay. Who else? All right. Sometimes I get a little distracted when I'm doing Facebook Lives. How does it get better than that? Okay, well today, you guys, I wanted to chit chat with you about talk to the entities. Oh, not yet. I wonder where she is. Good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for joining. We're doing Talk to the Entities, guys. We're talking about Talk to the Entities. So Talk to the Entities is a class within Access Consciousness that I facilitate. I'm a Talk to the Entities certified facilitator, which means I can offer intro classes and 2-day beginning classes. Good morning, Krista. Thank you so much for joining me, lovely lady. And I've actually got a class coming up next weekend, starting June 24th, that Friday evening from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time in Saskatchewan, is the introduction class. And then we're going to do 2 full days of the beginning class on Saturday and Sunday, which also includes the Friday night intro. You can join me live on our farm in St. Walburg, near St. Walburg, or you can join me online. It's going to be both. And what I've been getting a lot this last week is, what is talk to the entities anyway? You know, when you hear those words, there's a lot of things that might pop into your head. And you're kind of like, what the heck is talk to the entities? So that's what this coffee chat is about. What WTF is talk to the entities? So I'm actually just going to start by reading you the first page from the manual. This page really just gives you a lot of information about talk to the entities. Here we go. Are you ready? Thank you, Annalise. Oh, Krista, thank you so much. You guys are making me blush on camera. Hello, Philomena. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Talk to the Entities. Talk to the Entities is a specialty class of Access Consciousness, using the tools of Access to clear and transform the unconsciousness we have around being aware of and working with the spirit world. The purpose of Access is to create a world of consciousness and of oneness. Consciousness includes everything and judges nothing. Hello, Christy. Talk to the Entities is aimed at creating more consciousness and awareness around entities, spirits, ghosts, and people. What would the world be like with no fear or judgment in regards to entities, but rather, what if we could have ease? What if we could have openness, inclusion, and question with entities, spirits, and ghosts? Spirits and entities are part of the natural world, as are many other unseen elements, such as bacteria, oxygen, and feelings. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there having a massive impact on everything. Hello, Dad. When Shannon O'Hara is the creator of Talk to the Entities, the curriculum. She created this class, this manual. It's a co-creation with entities and with Shannon, which is really cool. When Shannon chose to talk about spirit awareness as something that could be beneficial and useful, rather than crazy, rather than self-serving and wrong, it started creating a wave of change. Each and every person that has chosen awareness over fear and said yes to the spirit world, rather than putting up an immediate wall of rejection, has contributed to that wave of change. Your choice is part of a massive wave of change. So will you choose to know rather than doubt and be vulnerable, rather than reject? What is becoming available is an inclusive world, a world that includes all beings. There is a strength in inclusion and cooperation between us and the spirit world. So please join us in discovering a totally different possibility. Yeah, Annalise. What energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to shift, change, and transform all entities and energies with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy it and create it all? Right, wrong, good, battle, 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys, clubs, and beyonds. That is the Access Consciousness clearing statement. And what that statement does is it clears up the energy, that comes up when you ask a question, when you talk about entities. You know, if you notice what came up for you, even just when I was reading that section, and maybe you don't even have words for what you perceived energetically. Oftentimes there is no words, which is why we go, which can lead us into doubt, because we're like, well, if I can't define it, it must not be real. That's not actually true. And the clearing statement clears those energies so you can have, it basically clears the fog so you can have more clarity with what is true for you with regards to anything, but on the topic of entities, spirits, and ghosts. Hello, Leanne. So how do I use these tools? For me, with entities, so clearing entities is one of the most things that we start with, because a lot of beings, ghosts, spirits, don't even know that their body has died, because they're unconscious to it. So they're literally kind of stuck here, whether it was a vehicle accident, a drug overdose, you were killed, however, sometimes the spirits don't even know their body's gone. And so they're literally stuck here. They're trapped. They don't have another choice. So when you clear entities, you basically ask them a series of questions, run the clearing statement, you facilitate that being to more consciousness quickly. It happens in less than a minute. And then all of a sudden they realize they can have a choice. They can choose to stay, or they can choose to go to oneness. They can choose to come back in another body. Yeah, whatever that is. I know a lot of the people that have died that are close to me, they're around here. They're on my team. They're with me. They probably facilitate with me. And they're also getting more conscious with me, And then maybe they'll choose to embody again in another lifetime or whatever. You know, it's just interesting. The thing is that you don't have to understand it, but you have to begin to gain awareness. So, oh yeah, I was telling you about how I use these tools. Okay, but entities, so I'm a horse trainer. This is really cool. I'm a horse trainer. I also teach riding lessons. Sometimes I get horses that have just weird stuff going on. Like the horse can't even be present. And it's not relaxed. Like it has a lot of like, blah. And one thing I've noticed is there can be entities attached to animals, to horses. And this is the thing, we don't have to understand or know exactly why that entity is sticking around with that animal. But me just having the awareness or the information that that could be a thing, and then I run the entity clearing with the horse, all of a sudden, the horse starts to relax and get more present. And that entity then has another choice. So whether it's an ownership thing, maybe an owner from another lifetime even, could be with that horse in this lifetime. Horses can also be very aware of entities that are just around, even in buildings. So if you're riding or working with, and the horse doesn't want to go or something really scares it, but you don't see anything with your eyes, there could be an entity there. So it's really just opening up your world to this possibility. Even just after you listening to this coffee chat, you're going to start to notice things differently. Talk to the Entities is a class and a curriculum that gives you more tools, more information of how to handle, be with, and change things. Dogs can also be very aware of entities. Cats can actually are kind of entity clearers, you know. Anyway, it's interesting. So that's one of the main ways that I've used these tools, is to work with the animals, to clear the animals that I work with. And then Talk to the Entities has also invited me to cultivate energetic communication. Okay, so with entities, we can clear them, we communicate with them, cooperate and receive and cooperate. Anyway, the communication though is not like people talking with people. So it's really different. And actually, I wanted to read you, so Talk to the Entities is a book that Shannon O'Hara wrote about her experience, what her life has been like, and what drove her to create this curriculum. And there's a piece in here about communication, which I wanted to read you guys, because communicating with entities, I mean, we all have our own way, and maybe you're probably already, if you've already listened to me this long, you're probably already communicating with them. You just haven't really acknowledged it or really know that it's going on. Okay, here we go. Communicating with entities and hearing what they have to say. For example, getting specific messages can be very comforting and important, but in my opinion, it's a small part of what is possible. People tend to completely negate all the other energy coming through from entities because it does not fit into what they have decided the world needs to look like. People can miss so much by expecting their communication with entities to be like conversations with embodied people. Communicating with entities requires a completely different muscle than the one you use when you are speaking and relating with people. You cannot bend forward with the muscles your body uses to bend backwards. You cannot communicate with entities using the same muscles you use when you talk with other people. This is a huge reason why people get so frustrated when they are trying to talk to the entities. They think they're not able to do it, but the reality is they are just trying to lift a barbell with their earlobe, And it would work a lot better when if they tried to use their hands. Lori, I have a horse with emotional trauma issues. Yeah, it's been a process to get him where he is today. He was a hot mess when I got him. Yeah, and how lucky was he to find you? A person who is willing to take the time and do what's required to work with him. How does it get better than that? Communicating and interacting with entities is a much more spacious and energetic thing than communicating with people. This is why communicating with entities can give you access to space and freedom. Opening up to that space can be very therapeutic and healing. It can be that for those of us on this side and for those on the other side as well. Sometimes it's not about the specific message an entity brings, but the energy that they have to give. It's more like receiving the wind blowing all around you rather than trying to understand what the wind meant by blowing on you. The larger part of the pie is the willingness to receive everything the entities have to offer. It's much like receiving what nature or the wind has to offer. Nature does not give cognitive thoughts or rational ideas to offer us. Nature gives us a sense of space and peace, a sense of healing and freedom. A lot of entities could be this for us as well if we were open to receiving it. Entities offer us the opportunity to see beyond what we think is real. They assist us to develop our psychic muscles. They make us question our realities and perceive in ways that we are not accustomed to. One of the huge blocks with receiving from entities is the widely shared fear about them. In my opinion, that the widespread fear of entities is basically brainwashing. I know the term brainwashing can sound very extreme and unpleasant, but that's basically what we're dealing with. People are not even sure why they are afraid of entities. They just know that they are. The brainwashing comes from movies, TV, other media, friends, other family members. If you believe what you see in scary movies about entities, do you also believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? Do you get my point? The only problem with entities is due to the unconsciousness that people project on the whole situation. When you become more conscious, the entities will follow. If you truly wish to be more aware, communicating with entities is an excellent way to achieve this. Communicating with entities is like any other exercise. If you are out of shape, it can be uncomfortable and difficult at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. And it will be a greater and greater contribution to your life, like any other health-enhancing exercise. So that was just a couple pages from this book. If you're interested in the book, it's really great. I'll put a link with this video in a couple of hours later today. And if you're interested in the classes that I'm offering next weekend, I'll also include a link with that. You can join online or come over to my place and join me live. And what else is possible beyond what we could ever imagine? So, thank you so much for joining me live. If you have any questions, let me know. Have an amazing day wherever you are, whatever you are up to. And I look forward to seeing you online or in person sometime, somewhere. Mwah! Bye-bye for now.